Now, I know that this is our second episode of Married at First Sight, but really, this felt like the premiere to me. We finally get to see our couples coming together, and that's why we watch the show. We want to see the couples. The bachelor parties might be interesting, but really, we're here to see the couples, see how they gel, see if they're going to make it or not. And this is why we watch the show. So tonight, we got to see 3 of our 5 couples get ready, and one couple just kind of have their intro to their wedding at the end of the episode. So let's run through our 3 couples so far. So I'm not going to have a ton to say on the different couples because really all we've got so far is some base first impressions to go off of. So not much to infer off of what we've seen so far. So first up, we have Clara and Ryan. The biggest thing I want to say out of the gate is that they seemed much better than I expected. Still, there were like a few red flags, like for example, when Clara really started going on this huge rant, and I don't even know what to call it, about her Nikes and her dress and recruiting her bridesmaids to go find her Nikes and this and that. And the look on his face was really just like, what is going on here? So still not super confident about this couple, but more optimistic than I was prior to them meeting. When they were actually together, for the most part, I thought they gelled pretty well. Seemed like their personalities, for most of the time we saw them together, did go well together. They both seem like very, very confident people who know what they want and hopefully are ready to go after those things together. Next up, we have Virginia and Eric. And I think Eric's first words sums up this relationship perfectly. And that was right at the moment he saw Virginia, he said, uh-oh. And I fully agree with Eric. Virginia was all over him. Looked like she was getting quite drunk by the time the episode ended, and not really sure how all that is gonna go. On the other hand, they both seemed very happy with each other. They both seemed quite attracted to each other, but we'll have to see if that lasts. Like even in the preview for next episode, we see some part of the conversations with the bride and groom with each other's friends, particularly someone talking. I can't remember, but basically saying that Eric, he doesn't have the party lifestyle. Like partying, not part of his life. That's like, if that's what you want to go and do, like that's really not him. So already we're starting to see those differences. I think the age is going to be a major factor for them, and I just can't see this one working. Like, it could, because like they were initially better together than I expected, but still have all those red flags going off in the background that we're seeing little glimpses of, that I really just don't know how that couple is going to overcome those issues. Lastly, we have Brianna and Vincent. This is the couple that I was most optimistic about going into the season, just based off what we learned about Vincent and what we learned about Brianna and them coming together. I thought that there was a little bit of hesitation, particularly on Vincent's part. That could just be nerves, not quite sure what was going on there, but overall they seemed great together. And one moment that stood out to me was Vincent describing what he does to Brianna, and you could just tell there was that moment like, please accept me, please accept what I'm doing. And Brianna seemed quite excited about everything that he did and the little business that he's built for himself. And that just kind of put things on the right foot for me. Like, yes, she is going to support him, and that is like the one big thing that he was asking for, which shows me that maybe this was a good choice and a good couple. Now, things change as people get to know each other, as we get deeper into this process. But right now, I still like them. And despite Vincent and his awkwardness today, I'm still very, very positive on this couple. So we really closed out the episode with the introduction of Paige and Chris's wedding. And oh, I just don't like Chris. I just have to say it. Like, there's no way around it. He just rubs me the wrong way. And then on top of it, when we get that end clip with Chris's mom and dad talking about their future daughter-in-law and saying, like, hey, if she's beautiful, like, it's a done deal. Like, this is great. If she's ugly, then it's not going to work. Like, immediately just coming from a place of pettiness and like just, oh, it was just awful. I hate that behavior, because in this process, you're being matched. Your wants, your desires, your needs are being matched. And it's not just about attractiveness. It's not just about looks. It's more than that. And a good marriage should be more than just looks. You know, if you're marrying someone just because you're really attracted to them or you think they're very beautiful, that, in my opinion, is the wrong reason to be getting into a relationship. Something else I want to talk about with Chris is he keeps saying, I don't want someone to want me for my money. I don't want someone to be after me for my money. And then he immediately did two things after saying that. One is his first impression to Paige is him giving her jewelry. So him showering her with money. Second, her second impression of him is going to be seeing him and how he's dressed for the wedding. You know, he's got the fancy, I would almost say flamboyant suit on. He has the very prominent crown jewelry on his lapel. He's got the blinged out shoes, and that's his first impression. So like, that's what he's emanating. He's emanating, hey, I'm not me, I'm my money. So that's, if like that, those concerns, those come from Chris. Those don't come from Paige. Those probably don't come from other people in his life. They come from him. And he is the one sending that out there into the world. And I just don't like it. So, you know, not a fan of Chris. I think Paige is amazing. I think Paige is wonderful from what we've seen so far. But Chris, 100% dud. And I'm not going to be rooting for that couple. That's just how it is. So that's going to wrap things up for this week. Next week, we will get to our final two weddings. And I'm not sure what else we'll get. Probably just the rest of the other three weddings. And hopefully from there, we'll be able to jump into the honeymoon. So that's going to wrap things up for this week. Thankfully, we're only 2 hours long tonight, not a 3-hour episode. That was too much last week. So we're going to be released on time tonight and again next week. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week, everybody.